if I'm at creating dangerously, I'm just trying to create. I don't think that, I think writing is, if you have the talent, is something that you must do.
Mm.
It's not like I can't not write. At some point, I may not write anything for weeks at a time, and then all of a sudden, I can't stop. That kind of thing. You just have to do it. Um, but part of it is you have to do it because you have some idea of what you think humanity needs to know.
Mm.
Um, you know, the poets and writers whose work I admire the most always have a powerful moral stance,
Mhm.
that they take. You can see it. I mean, it doesn't matter what they're writing about, but they care deeply about what is good, what is bad, what is just, what is unjust, right? The poet John Keene, the late Linda Hull, as well. All of them, um, Akila Oliver,
Mhm.
you know, Rachel Levitsky, just thinking of people who are in Brooklyn and around the world, Tulani Davis.
Mhm.
They all care deeply about what it is to be a human being on this planet. How do we treat each other with with kindness and generosity and fairness?
Mhm.
Um, and who isn't like that?
Mhm.
Who isn't like that? Who makes our lives more difficult?
Mhm.
When I read a poem by Cyrus Cassels, I know he cares about um, what has happened to human beings, not only currently but in history.
Mhm.
When I read poems by Audre Lorde or June
Mhm.
Jordan or Adrienne Rich, all of those ladies were like the keystone women when I first came to New York. They were the ones that we were all, and Jane Cortez,
Mhm.
they were the ones we were all following around and going like,
Mhm.
oh, wow, they're so amazing, they're so great. Incredible moralist.
Mhm.
They really are. And I know that I am too.
Mhm.
You know, I said to you before, I know that I'm a Christian, sort of like, don't have a church right now because the one I was going to went through too many weird changes. But that thing about um, loving your neighbor as yourself, welcoming the stranger, honoring the the people who are literally around you in one way or another with respect, giving respect is extremely important to me. And getting respect is extremely important to me. And most women are not treated with respect, and we do not get respect. And so, uh, every woman who takes her place on a platform anywhere, as a poet, as a visual artist, as a dancer, as a musician, as a lawyer, as a bus driver, I don't care. If you are in the eye of people, they need to know that what you're doing, why you're doing it, and how you're doing it needs to be respected,
Yeah.
period. And we live in an era of deep, horrible disrespect.